Albert Pujols hitless in his first 2 at-bats tonight. Looks at ball 1 as he leads off the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-2 contest. 2-0 on Pujols, who's found himself ahead in the count 2-0 in every at-bat tonight. He bounced to third in the first inning and flied out to the wall in right field in the third. It's a good 2-0 pitch.
Albert Pujols finds himself ahead in the count more than any other hitter in baseball, with the possible exception of Barry Bonds.
3-1 pitch up coming to Pujols in a tie game, bottom of the 6th inning. Throw him a fastball.
Yeah.
And it misses down low. The leadoff walk given to Pujols, who had 7 stolen bases in 9 attempts during the regular year. Got Clay Meredith getting loose in the bullpen. Had an ERA of under 1 this year for San Diego.
Notice Bruce Bochy had Clay Hensley up earlier. When a pitcher gets up in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings, they're more like the second starter. But now you're in a different point in the game. That's why Meredith is up in the 6th inning.
Fly ball off the bat of Edmonds. And Pujols forcing the left fielder Roberts to make a throw. You never know. Juan Encarnacion walked in the first inning and bounced into a fielder's choice, ending the third.
I had a flashback when I saw Pujols tag up there. Pete Rose was the best base runner that I had ever seen on balls hit to the left side of the outfield, because he always took a wide turn. And I asked him once, I said, why do you take such a wide turn? We were teammates in 1979. And Pete said, how many times have you ever seen the left fielder throw behind the runner at first? I said, never. He said, that's my point. He said, you can almost go halfway if you want to.
Great point.
That was Pete Rose.
Yep, that was Pete Rose. Boy, for those of us that grew up in Cincinnati, it breaks your heart to watch Pete Rose now.
I know it.
It really does. This would be a better game if somehow, some way he were back in it. But that's a long ways away.
If ever.
1-1 account on Encarnacion. Go ahead, run at first. Breaking ball down the right field line towards the corner. Fair ball. Giles just getting to it. They're going to wave around Pujols. Here comes the throw from Barfield. The Cardinals have the lead. Runner at third, infield in. The Cardinals have taken a 3-2 lead on a walk to Pujols and a double by Juan Encarnacion. And now taking over on the mound is right-hander Clay Meredith. He came over from Boston on May the 1st with Josh Bard for Doug Mirabelli. He had the lowest ERA among all National League relievers and held opposing batters to a league best 170 batting average. What a year for Meredith. Belliard, the batter, takes away 2 balls and no strikes.
There are few right-handers in baseball that are as tough on right-handed hitters as Clay Meredith. And he drops down. Right-handers have a tendency to bail out a bit. 33 1/3 scoreless inning streak during the season.
It ran from July the 18th to September the 12th. It set a Padres franchise record by a starter or reliever, surpassing the great Randy Jones, who had the previous mark of 30 innings set back in 1980. 2-1 pitch. Belliard swung so hard he almost fell down.
Almost slipped on the plate. Watch the back foot of Belliard.
Well, nothing about the swing with Belliard would lead you to believe that he's just trying to drive in the run. He's swinging from his heels. Maybe trying to drive in two. Again, a 2-2 pitch. And he's hit the back.
Everybody booing, but no way. There's Meredith trying to hit Belliard with a slider that backs up and hits him on the rump. Hey, here's a good spot for a hit and run. And the reason is you stay out of the double play. Normally, you don't put the hit and run on to stay out of a double play. You put it on to get the runner to third base. But here, if you stay out of the double play, you score a run. So you got a ground ball pitcher, contact hitter. The speed of the runner at first doesn't matter. So it's a good time somewhere in this process to send the runner.
And we know Tony La Russa likes to do just that.
Right.
Strike one. Spezio's put the bat on the ball in each of his first two at-bats. He's popped up to third and bounced out to Gonzalez. Foul away. Some of the younger generation, Timmy tells me that thing under his lip is called an Imperial. And he has it dyed Cardinal red. And somebody's making a buck off an Imperial.
It's the American way.
Oh, 2. Grounded foul. To the count. Just missed off the outside corner. So the Cardinals have taken their first lead of the game. A leadoff walk to Pujols in the 6th inning. 1 out later, he scores on a double by Juan Encarnacion. That Imperial catching on here in St. Louis. And the Imperial man delivers with a base hit to bring in Encarnacion. And now Yadier Molina in there, a strike. So Meredith, who's been nothing shy of sensational during the regular season until the final week of the regular season, has come on, hit a batter, and allowed a single to Spezio to drive in the second run of the inning. 0-2. A few bodies beginning to stir in that Cardinal bullpen for the first time all night. No one yet getting loose, but a few guys pacing around. Into right field, another hit. They're going to hold the runner at third as Giles throws a 2-hopper to the plate. So another 2-strike base hit against Meredith, and they are loaded for Chris Carpenter, who will bat with a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
2-run lead and only 1 out. Jose Oquendo, the third base coach, had no other choice but to hold Belliard at third base. Brian Giles throw right on the money. And even with the pitcher coming up, Belliard held at third. Tony La Russa will squeeze with the pitcher often. It's something to keep in mind. Again, Meredith, a very, very difficult pitcher to hit, but an easier pitcher to bunt.
Clay Hensley up again. Late swing there by Carpenter, who had 2 RBIs during the regular season. Brandon will come to the plate. His throw is wide. Squeeze by Eckstein to perfection.
An out for a run. If you're the runner at third, you can't break too quickly. You don't want to give it away. Eckstein, as good as there is in the business, at the squeeze bunt.
What a great time to call it by Tony La Russa.
Yep.
You brought up the name earlier, Bob Brenly. And he learned from Roger Craig, outstanding manager for many years with the Giants. But the best time to put on a play like that is when the other team seems to be a little bit rattled, a lot going on.
Floundering.
And clearly that throw that should have been an out at the plate had San Diego a little out of kilter, and then on the very next pitch, bang, put down the squeeze.
First time I ever heard that was from Bobby Cox of the Atlanta Braves, saying much the same thing. When there's consternation, the opposition, a bad call at second base, something confrontational that's going on in the field, a bad throw as there was there, put on the squeeze.
1-2 on Preston Wilson, the 9th man to bat in what has been a 4-run Cardinals 6th inning. RBIs by Encarnacion, Spezio, Carpenter, and the squeeze by Eckstein. We go to the 7th inning in Game 4, a 4-run Cardinal lead, and we're back after a break from your local Fox station.